Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm KJ. This is the second take of this video, and I'm upset because I stopped halfway through because I was just literally too hot. So I just ended up turning on the fan to stop the glistening that was happening uncontrollably on my face. So let's try this again. So long time no see. Excuse me, I'm struggling. Today we're doing tea empties, and I've just kind of like remembered that this year my tea empties have been very sip down heavy, and the difference to me is that like when you're doing tea empties, it's usually teas that you were otherwise excited to try, teas that you're sad to see finish in your collection, and just teas that you finished. But when you're doing a sip down, you're making this concerted effort to finish teas that you otherwise probably won't buy again, maybe care for as less, or trying to cut down in your collection so it's less happy. And guys, I'm really over that, really. So I'll kind of talk about that at the end, but here we go. So again, because this is the third take, I'm not resorting these teas. I'm just going to show you that it's in the same box that it's always in, and we're going to start with the 10s. Okay, so I finished this 10 of Orange Grapefruit Wellness, which is an herbal tea from Charities. I got a sample of it in my Sips by box, and then I got this full size during this really great Sips by sale for 50% off full size teas. Turns out I don't like it like that. So there's something in it that has like a sage vibe that makes it kind of savory to me. Almost like lemon smash from David's Tea. So it's definitely not lemony, but it's got that herbaceous background, but it's supposed to be like a fruity tea. So it's got apple pieces and carrots, but I think what throws me off is eucalyptus leaves and blackberry. I don't know. So that was a bust, but it's done now. And then actually, so on the flip side, one tea that I actually really enjoyed, and I'm so sad because they don't sell it anymore, is David's Tea's Aloha Colada, which was one of their, why am I out of breath? Which is one of their cold brew teas from last year. So I think 2020. So this is a black tea, and I actually really liked it because, I don't know, it had a really good balance. So normally black teas that are supposed to be tropical, I feel like it's just not, it ends up being too acidic for the black tea. And then it kind of drowns out what should be like the sweet, fruity, tropical flavor. But this one was really good. So there's apple pieces and pineapple, coconut, and I don't know, I really liked it. It was on sale for a hot minute, and I should have rebought it, but it didn't. But if it comes back out, it's mine. Okay, so then my next biggest accomplishment from these 3 months of drinking tea is all these tea bags from Bird & Blend's Advent Calendar. So 2020, Bird & Blend was the only Advent calendar that I purchased, and I think I only got through the first 2 weeks. And I know that because I labeled all the bags as they came out of the doors each day, and this pile starts at day 14. So there's 13 here. I counted in my last take. Not gonna do that to you guys again. You're welcome. But I'll tell you what I finished. Okay, so there is Movie Rebels. Don't remember that one. Jack Frost. Peppermint Coconut. Poppin' Christmas Sweet and Salty. It's like a green tea with quinoa and licorice and toasted rice. A little bit too much going on. Fairy Dust. Rose and Peach. Not my jam. Christmas Cake, black tea, cinnamon, orange peel, pine needles. That was interesting. So this did actually taste very wintry. Mrs. Claus's raspberry prosecco. I think that was good. Hazelnut Rocher is a fan favorite from Bird & Blend. That was pretty good too, but I wish I had a bigger sample that I could have made it a latte or, you know, got a little fancy. Panettone. How the heck do people say that? It's a green tea with Berries, apple pieces, rose hips, hibiscus, blah, blah, blah. Unremarkable. Eggnog, which is a rooibos tea. Butter brew, which is also a fan favorite of Burn and Blend, but honestly, can't remember what it tastes like. Peppermint cream, which is an oolong tea. Unremarkable. Cherry cola bottles. This one was kind of fun to try. I don't need any more though. And then lastly, gingerbread chai, which is a rooibos tea. And I had it hot and plain. It was decent. So again, super proud of that. So officially, all my Burn and Blend teas from the advent calendar are gone. I think I might have 2 that I'm saving for like winter time. And I don't think they were from the advent calendar. I think they were just like appropriately seasoned samples that I got at the same time. So let's go with that one. Okay, so next are just bags and other sample size of teas. So the next thing that I finished is 100 grams of Monet Fruit Paradise by T. Geschwedner, which is based out of Chicago. And it's actually what I'm drinking right now. Iced, sweetened, delicious. But it's delicious because hibiscus is the first ingredient, and hibiscus is my jam. But I know for a fact a lot of people don't like hibiscus. And, you know, to each their own, but so good. Next, I apparently have to gather myself now. Whew. Next is this 2-ounce bag of David's Tea's Kiwi's Big Adventure, which is a green tea. I bought this bag because I really like this tea, and they stopped selling it around the time I discovered it. So I have one more, but I'm gonna be sad to see it go. But I think it'll make a comeback. Maybe give it 2 or 3 years. Okay, so then the next category of teas that I'm proud to have done so much of is tea drops. Okay, so tea drop teas. Where to go with that one? Tea drop teas are fun, they're convenient, and they have some really interesting flavors. However, they're hard for me to store because they don't fit the standard. They're not in a tin, they're not in a bag. And somehow I always have more than enough of something I've discovered I don't like. So it takes me forever to get through it because I never reach for it until these kinds of things come up. Ramble, ramble, ramble. Get to it, KJ. Which ones did you finish? I'll tell you. So first off, I finished 3 of these matcha tea drops. Full disclaimer, this is my favorite tea drop. So this matcha is like perfect. This leaves absolutely no residue in your cup, which I can't say about all the rest of them. This is perfectly sweetened, kind of like how Tivana matcha used to be and how now Starbucks matcha is. And so 1 tea drop literally can go a long way, or you can double it for like a super flavorful, larger quantity iced latte. But like, man, this is just like so good. And I think this is the perfect recipe or formula. Like they got this one down. So I really like that one. What I don't like so much is the Aloha Pineapple Chamomile. So it's a nice flavor tea, but I think it has way too much in the bottom of a cup when you finish. And I even had it iced, and I had to like basically siphon the remnants off the top. And I get it, it's compressed tea, but like it's a little bit off-putting. And I just wonder, like, am I missing out on more flavor? And should I just get over it and just gulp past it? But it's hard to do. So good flavor. Ratio of tea that melts and tea that stays is kind of off. Similarly, guys, if you've been paying attention to my channel, even though I've been gone for a while, this is the last of the Rose Earl Grey that I have from Tea Drops. And I gotta say, see ya. So, I actually really love Earl Grey. That Rose Earl Grey wasn't bad. I have a demo video of me trying it for the first time and enjoying it, but I don't know, I had like 12 or so, maybe 16, I don't know, whatever came in that little cylinder. And I was just like kind of over it. And again, like the way I have to store these irritates me. So, finally done with that. And then lastly, oh, sorry, there's one more. Aloha Pineapple Chamomile, and then here's the lastly one. So this was a sample of chocolate Earl Grey that I got in an order that I bought from Tea Drops, and it was good. Relatively unremarkable because I don't remember, but hey, here we are. The next category of tea that I'm proud to be working on but have not finished is tea that I got when I exchanged tea with Danny over at Teas by Danny. So, I don't remember when we exchanged teas. It was last year, I'm pretty sure. And if it wasn't, it was the tip of this year, but I don't think so. Really cannot recall when this happened. So, I finished 4 of the samples that she sent over. David's Tea, Espresso Yourself. And I think this is what prompted her to do a tea swap with me, because I was like, where is Espresso Yourself? I can't find it. I couldn't buy it. I was pissed. And so she was like, hey, I'll send you a sample. And I was like, okay. So we exchanged. Finished that one. That was good. I think I have a bag now. Maybe. And I haven't opened it. So, but I think when I open the bag, I might do a review because I'll have more of a quantity to really play with. So that'll be nice. She gave me a sample of Nina's Paris Marie Antoinette, which is a black tea with rose and apples. So normally I don't like rose per se. Really like David's Tea Rose Matcha, but like rose is hit or miss. But I had already had like a tin of this tea and enjoyed it. Did it on a sip down, but found at the end that I was quite fond of it. So it was nice to revisit this tea in a sample. David's Tea's Be the Change. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was like a rooibos tea, but like kind of fruity, kind of. And maybe some honey, notes of honey, or like an insinuation that there was honey. I don't know, but I just couldn't get into it. I tried it hot, I tried it iced. It was a no. And then Tie-Dye Butterfly. So when this tea came out, it just sounded too gimmicky for me. And I wasn't even interested, like not even a little bit. And I actually really enjoyed this tea. But you want to know why? Hibiscus. So thanks, Danny, because I know Danny doesn't like hibiscus. But I actually really like this one for that reason. It was a good balance of fruity and tart. So I think I still have at least 4 more teas from Danny's swap, but a lot of them are mint based and I'm a little slow on those. Okay, next up we have some tea bags and sample sizes. So from my Sips by box, I finished these 4 bags of Ahmad Tea's Peach and Passion Fruit, which actually was quite delicious. This is a black tea and you're supposed to brew it cold, and it did. And it was good. So it's in my mind. Not going to rebuy it anytime soon. But I wonder if they have this in loose form. That would be nice. But even still, in the bag, totally sufficient. Did the job. Next, I finally finished from Ahmad Tea these last 2 bags of English Afternoon black tea. Out of my own stash, I finished this bag of Pomegranate Pizzazz. From Sips by, but like who knows how long ago, black tea strawberry sensation from Ahmad. I don't like strawberry black teas. This was like a cool kind of tea that I got from Sips by. Maybe, excuse me, towards the beginning of my subscription. It's a concentrated green tea mixture and it's flavored like peach. And when I say concentrated, I mean concentrated. So like you really got to put this in a decent amount of water and ice, or in a decent amount of water. It was pretty good, but there was stevia and it was apparent. Just want to keep that in mind. So in addition to it being like strong green tea concentrate, it also concentrated on the stevia, just as a heads up. But that one is called, sorry, I didn't even say, IE Green Tea, and it's peach flavor. And then I finished, maybe, I don't know who in my house, but we finished 4 Ginger Peach Turmeric, which is like a staple favorite. So there's that. That's from Bigelow, and that's an herbal tea. Okay, so then a while ago, and the postmark states November 2020, a super nice woman sent me a sample of hazelnut I forget what it's called from David's Tea, but it's the hazelnut one. That's supposed to be like Ferrero Rocher. Sent me a small sample of it, and it took me so long to get to it. Hence the fact that I finished it between May and July. And just the sample smells like cereal. Like it smells like some chocolatey, sweet childhood cereal that I used to enjoy. And again, I kind of want to try that in a big quantity so I can play with it and maybe make a latte. So I really appreciate that. I'm not going to name this person because I don't know if they feel comfortable being named on my YouTube channel, but thank you for that. Okay. And then, weirdly enough, started getting into coffee. So there's a few of these like instant classic roast Folgers things. And like if you're a coffee snob, that's not coffee, but I just needed like quick caffeine, and because I'm not really into coffee, the preparation is not what was important. So there we are. Okay, and then still we're on bags and samples. So we got a bag of Well Known by Fava Tea, which is the caffeine-free tea, herbal tea. I think it was good. Maybe a little bit unremarkable because I don't remember at this point. I tried this lemon-flavored rock sugar from Fava Tea. I don't know how I feel about flavored rock sugars. I feel like it's not concentrated enough, but to each their own. So from Fava, but actually by a vendor called Yum Matcha, the strawberry basil matcha, super good. So I really don't pick up on the basil as much, but the strawberry's there, the green tea's there, and that's cool. I like basil, so I'm glad it's not overpowering because I don't think I would like it that much. I want to say I finished, but honestly, I cold brewed this and it's still in the fridge. So it's Zest Teas, Super Berry Samba, and Zest is known for their like extra super caffeinated teas. And you guys just heard me talk about how I needed some coffee for caffeine, but like that's a level of caffeine I'm just always so afraid to drink. So like in one bag, it's 135 milligrams, and that's like a triple shot espresso from Starbucks. So different times. This tea that I really liked and recommend is Turmeric Spice by Vadam Teas, or Vadam. Yeah. It's an herbal tea, but it's like a turmeric herbal chai. So it's got turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, lemongrass, bergamot extracts. But this doesn't read like a chai. So I had this in the middle of probably like the beginning of June. It was warm outside, but it felt so good to be drinking. Like it felt kind of medicinal, but it didn't taste medicinal at all. It just felt like, oh yeah, this is good for me. And again, I really like turmeric for that reason. And yeah, it was just a good balanced tea. So I recommend if you're into that. This Tea Head Tropical Punch Blend was good. I wish it came in a bigger sample, but I get it. Got it from a Sips Buy box. Pretty sure hibiscus is in there. Coconut, pineapple, rose hip shells. Yeah, this was a good one. I finished the sample of Ginger Peach Black from Davidson's Organic Tea. It was okay. So like the ginger and the peach mixed with the black tea didn't have quite the same effect as the ginger and the peach mixed with this turmeric and bigelow. Not bad, but like I'm not gonna rebuy it. And if you guys also have been watching my channel, you know that peach is a hit or miss for me. Finished the sample of Goji Berry by Harney & Sons. Pretty sure hibiscus is in that one. Love it. But I got a lot of iced teas in the stash, so probably won't buy it anytime soon. But it'll be there when I need it. Finished a small sample size of French Breakfast Black Tea by Churchill's Fine Tea. And then this bag of sweet green tea with lemongrass, pineapple, and barley from August Uncommon Teas. And the tea is actually called Big Easy. So the barley did throw me off. And I think even though it's the last ingredient, it was enough to do some weird stuff. No, it's definitely not the last ingredient. So it's Chinese century green tea, Thai pineapple, rose hips, German barley malt, lemongrass, caramel, dried orange, passion fruit, granules, natural flavoring. I don't know if it's just me, people are really enjoying August Uncommon Teas, and I really want to. But when I read descriptions like these, I feel like they always throw something like not related to the flavor profile at all. Like when I'm just looking at descriptions of teas, it's like black tea, caramel, cinnamon, and then it'll be something like fig. So maybe fig is a sweetener, but I don't get it. And I don't know, seeing the ingredients like that just makes me like hesitate. And so yeah, I wouldn't repurchase this one either, but I'm sure there are people who enjoyed it. Okay, so whew, I'm tired, guys. That's all I have. And that wasn't a lot. It was a lot of bags. But I've been really trying to work on my annoyingly cluttered section of bagged samples, overflow teas, and it's working. But like I said, I'm really kind of over it. So I remember when I first moved back to Wisconsin, I brought my whole tea collection, but at the beginning, I actually sold a lot of it. So I sold a lot of Teavana teas in big quantities, iced teas that I didn't like, teas that I bought that I was like, oh, no need to keep that. And I remember I didn't try to put them in a sit down or in a tea empty. Maybe it's because I didn't know about tea empties at the time, but I doubt it. So I'm kind of at the point where I've got a big pile of things I'm ready to just give away and sell for really good deals. And you guys want to know something else? The first time I've done this, and like ever, I threw away some tea. So I had this big mega tin or tenzilla of David's Tea's hot chocolate, which is a pu'er tea, but it has like chocolate chips in it. And I've had it since 2018 or 19, and maybe even parts of 2017. I don't know. And I don't know, the chocolate chips were just degraded. They were falling apart. They were not solid at all. The tea didn't smell bad, but I also just like didn't love it. And even though like the holidays and Christmas came around last year, I just didn't finish it and didn't get to it as often as I thought I would. And I'd much rather enjoy my cacao's herbal chocolate tea and some of the chocolate teas from Fava Tea. So guys, I must have threw away like at least 6 ounces of tea. Just dumped it in the trash. And then after that, I recycled the tin. And the tin was beautiful, but I just was like, no, I cannot. Who does that? So that's how over it I am. At this point, I'm just like, hey, if I don't enjoy it, I can't even do it. And I've seen people in the David's Tea fan group kind of say that, and people kind of marvel like, why are you guys like struggling to drink tea? Like, if you don't like it, get rid of it. And I was trying to be all disciplined and just say to myself, like, you know, if I bought the tea, I should deal with the consequences, and maybe this will make me buy less tea that I'm not sure if I like, but that also didn't turn out to be true. So, yeah, I tossed that tea. I'm not going to toss anymore because I don't have any large quantities of teas that I just absolutely don't like that, but shocked myself with that one. Anyway, what is this? KJ's talk show? This video is so long. Sorry. If you're still here, thank you. My next video is either going to be Hardy Sunday, or kind of like a sip and share update of my life and evolution of my tea journey, because it's been so long and I have so much to tell you guys. Okay, well, bye-bye.